Hello and welcome. Today we are in the new ranked sprint mode. It's a 3 versus 3 mode on smaller maps. And because of my experience in the 1 versus 1 mode, I figured that I would pick a ship that's very well armored, that has excellent secondaries and excellent torpedoes. Okay, no, I actually didn't. The first match I picked the Musashi, and then got my ass handed to me very promptly by a Pommern, and I realized the error of my ways, and after that I have gone as full secondaries as is possible. And it's insanely fun. There are a few things in this game that I've had as much fun in as this game mode. It is so insanely fun. So what follows now is a bunch of my matches in the Pommern. At the end I show my upgrades and commander skills. Let's see if there's no line of sight to the Friedrich der Grosse. Am I still spotted by the plane? So no Neptune over there. Okay, there's a Neptune now. It appears. Friedrich der Grosse is heading closer. Alsace is not. Oh, she seems to be stopping, which I suppose is a good choice. I am going to Hydra in about 10 seconds. Oh yeah, I should probably fire, huh? I'm still saving my EP in case the party pooper pops up. Oh, there is the Neptune. Oh, out of range for torpedoes on me. So that's gonna be good. That means I don't need to worry about being targeted. Probably. Well, he does need to worry about it, but I don't. Oh yeah, I should actually push up, because these ships, you know, they don't have torpedoes, so... Oh, I actually can't fire from here, because of the stupid mount or island in the way. That's... less than ideal. Where are you? Okay, so somewhere over there. Let's just hope for the best. Look at that. Oh, 2 citadels. Look at that Friedrich der Grosse getting punished though. I mean, that guy's lower than Warlord over there. If I get fired upon again, I'm gonna start healing. You should try to use your preemptive heals as quickly as you can. You know what I want to see in this ranked battle season? I want to see somebody get a Kraken. I know it's not possible. That's why I want to see it. Oh! Goodbye, Neptune! Oh, hi, Alsace. How are you doing? Having fun? I like your 32mm bow. Probably start to heal now, even. I wanna get a devastating strike on this guy too, though, so we're gonna get slightly closer. Launch the torpedoes, and then before the torps arrive, we're gonna fire. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? That wasn't enough? No, I didn't even get the kill. Wow, I thought I would deal more damage with the guns. Aw, that was unfortunate. Well, I mean, we still won with 167k damage, but I was hoping I could get the third one too. Aw, oh well. I mean, I probably shouldn't complain considering I double citadel the Neptune in the smoke. 76k damage with 20 shells. Yeah, Neptune, yeah, this is probably why you don't want to bring a Neptune. This is not great. Okay? Just not great at all. God, I'm having so much fun in this ranked season, or ranked sprint season. I don't want it to ever end. Honestly, I don't want it to end. I just don't. Oh well, let's go next game, I guess. Wow, we have there are destroyers in this game. Unbelievable, to be honest. I've never seen anything like it. It was just battleships earlier, but now we have cruisers and destroyers and unbelievable, and we have a Musashi, which is a horrible choice in this case, because if it ends up in a situation where the Fletcher can't torpedo me properly, well, that guy is in a lot of trouble, and by that guy I mean the Musashi. Oh, there is the Fletcher. Hello. You know, once the Fletcher blows her load, she can't really do much. Why are you fighting the Fletcher in a gunfight, Yugumo? You're literally alone there. Smoke! Run! Do something, anything at this point, because you're just gonna die for nothing. I think the Fletcher's plan is to try to YOLO rush us. I mean, she's gonna get torps from the front, right? That'll work. But from, like, the sides, I don't think that's likely to work. I also don't get why people are bringing Riga. It's not exactly a high DPM ship or something. You know, Siegfried would be actually amazing for this. Because Siegfried is, she has decent secondaries, but she's a cruiser, and she forces cruiser matchmaking, right? And so, because you force cruiser matchmaking, you know the enemy is gonna have a cruiser too, and unless they're a Siegfried, it's not gonna, you know, offer as much to the game as, well, a Siegfried will. I don't know what to do now, because we need Riga to do something about the Fletcher. I can't do anything about the Fletcher, and they're just taking ahead in points. You know, usually points don't matter, but here eventually they will. I literally cannot go in, because if I do, well, we lose the game. Because if Fletcher gets 10 torps on me, it's over. Man, I really want to get slightly closer, but even if I would have to be like over there to be able to... Oh, Fletcher's moving. Excellent. In that case, we can move as well. There is the Musashi.
Torpedoes off backboard.
I should probably swap the AP now, because Aegir is coming. Oh, come on. Oh, are you gonna get the Fletcher? Excellent! He got the Fletcher! This is very good news. Do you think the Aegir is gonna rush forward once she sees the torpedoes? Yeah, Aegir is rushing forward. I should probably focus the Aegir down. You know what? I can just turn the other side too, right? But then again, so can she. Which means that if I do, you know, she probably gets a second set of torps on me as well. Which isn't quite as ideal as I would like it to be. Can I deal damage through her stern? I don't know. But I need to not get torped by the Aegir again. Excellent. Next up is Musashi, but sadly this does mean Riga needs to tank a little bit. I'm gonna turn around and then go after the Musashi. Let's swap to Ichi, because we're obviously gonna go through you know, we'll have to go bow in. I mean, honestly, at this point I can literally just ram and win. It shouldn't make much of a difference. A heal would be excellent though. Right now is actually the scariest bit, because if Musashi sees my broadside, she might be able to deal a lot of damage. Oh, she actually already fired. Interesting. You know, I could actually launch torps from here and then just turn the other side for the second set of torpedoes. Let's swap guns over to that side. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably go like this and then turn closer to her. Oh yeah, I thought I had HE. Whoops, my bad, I suppose. But yeah, at this point I can just ram, but I'm gonna do it with secondaries. Because my secondaries can pen her bow. And she has very little chance in that sense. Look at this, look at the damage now with the secondaries. Incredible, right? He's pretty... I don't know if he can even make it to my ship. Yeah, he won't make it to the ship. Just from the secondaries. Secondary builds are amazing. 161k damage. Oh boy. You know, our Yuguma actually played well. She managed to deal with the Fletcher, which was the greatest threat in this match. And fine, I'll give the Riga compliment too. Yeah, detailed report, I want to see. 100k damage from the secondary, straight up. 100k damage. 57k with the secondaries and 24k from the fires that the secondaries probably started. Yeah, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Also, somebody just followed me, even though I'm not streaming or anything. So, this match we had 2 battleships and a cruiser. A Pommern and a Jean-Bart, or Jean-Bart. Let me know in the comments which one it is. And we have a Drake. On the enemy team, they have 2 battleships as well, and an Aegir. I think their cruiser is a better choice, because Drake, well, she can take massive salvos and then heal through it. There are still issues with it, as you might still be one-shot easily, especially when there are lots of battleships at close range. So we decided to split up, which I guess isn't actually the greatest idea, because if you go in one by one, you know, the enemy focuses you down very quickly. Oh! So there's the Aegir and the Pommern. Okay, I'm gonna start with the secondaries. I start on the Pommern with them because of the the angle was better. Sadly, I had HE loaded. I did not expect to see the broadside of an Aegir. I wish I had been prepared, because that might have been half the Aegir's HP gone right here, but oh well, we will deal with the like 10k HE damage. And then we continue shelling the Pommern with secondaries. Oh, and there's the Georgia. I think the Georgia might be making a mistake, because look at that. Me and Jean-Bart are engaging the Pommern right now with secondaries and main guns. And the Drake, I guess the Drake's irrelevant because it's a crew. Okay, she's not irrelevant, but she isn't as important. Whereas the enemy, only their Pommern is fighting, and the Aegir. But not the Georgia, because the Georgia is behind the island from all of us. Aegir launched torpedoes, but I obviously have Hydro, so this is an easy thing to dodge. And I even hit the... Wow, I even hit the torpedo on the Pommern. Yeah, he's at 5k HP. She's had it, and this also means that we basically already won this game. This is the kind of thing you have to pay attention to. You must not let your team fight outnumbered. You must be in the fight with them. Because if the enemy takes an advantage, it's very hard to claw it back. Now we simply shell the Aegir until she gets behind the mountain, then we swap to whatever's available if the Georgia shows up again. She's making the right choice of disengage. Actually, I don't know if this is the right choice. I probably would have stayed near the Pommern to try to torpedo her from the other side or something along those lines. Keeping in mind that Pommern's turret traverse is not like super fast, so it's possible to outrun it. There's the Georgia, as the Aegir is unable to fight this time, and so even if it's just me versus the Georgia, it would be a 1 versus 1, but it's not, right? Because the Drake is here and the Jean-Bart is very near in the fight as well. And all of this combined, this should make for a pretty nice victory here, especially since we're dealing with the Georgia. Oh wow, and the Citadel to boot. The reason the Georgia just loses is because she has a 32mm bow and stern, and all of my secondaries are spec'd so that they can penetrate that. Whereas Georgia's secondaries are accurate and all of that, but they actually can't penetrate my bow or stern, or even my deck armor. Which means that she's in a losing battle with the secondaries. The main guns, hers are better, I agree with that, but she made the mistake of showing too much side. But god damn do I love this, but look at this is so amazing. It's great. By the way, in the next video, probably the next one, we'll have some cruisers, an Aegir as well, and the Aerroon. And some more Pommern, obviously, because this is just incredible. By the way, if you don't have a Pommern, a Friedrich der Grosse will offer the same secondaries as a Pommern does. You don't have the torpedoes, but often I find that the torpedoes don't work anyway, because, well, the torpedo tubes get permanently knocked out. Oh, and there goes the Georgia. And now we simply fight the Aegir again. Wow, I tanked quite a bit this match, and I think I've been tanking all of them so far. And I still have 12k HP. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna survive this Aegir as well. But yep, there she goes. What an amazing... This is such an amazing game mode. I just love it. 158k damage, sank 2 of them. Sadly, somebody else took one of them, the Pommern. 354 secondary hits, and look at this, 62k damage from the secondaries alone, and 10k from the fires. And keep in mind that I got the Citadel, no, I got multiple Citadels with my main batteries, and they only did the equivalent damage of that. Full secondaries is just amazing. So, let's take a look at the commander skills and upgrades that I use. I obviously use Günther Lütjen's because of the secondary armament expert talent, because this gives me even more secondaries. Once I get 100 secondary hits, my secondary battery reload, gets even better. Upgrade or commander skills wise, I start with preventative maintenance this time, not priority target, because there are only 3 people, so it's not that important. Then adrenaline rush, obviously. Then basic firing training, not superintendent, You don't have time. You don't have time in the match for a 5th heal. But basic firing training boosts your secondaries even more. Then advanced firing training, obviously, for longer secondary range. Then manual secondaries, so that your secondaries can actually, hit the target more often. Then IFHE, because this puts all of the secondaries on the ship. They give the opportunity to penetrate 32mm of armor. As you can see, the 105s can penetrate 32mm now. Obviously the 150s could all the time, but now everything can, so you have more firepower from the secondaries. And the last point, I guess priority target again, why not? Might as well, because it does give you some extra information, and the other 2 skills that are here aren't really worth it, I think. And this makes you a secondary monster. But upgrades wise, it's even more secondary stuff. So obviously the last slot, you go for the secondary one, minus 20% secondary battle reload. That gives you much more DPM on the secondaries. By the way, if you add up the auxiliary armaments modification 2 and just Günther Lütjen's talent, you basically have 50% more secondary DPM. Okay, it's like 47% more secondary damage per minute than if you don't have either of them. That's a significant advantage. And then add on BFT on top of that, so somebody who plays a regular secondary build is actually going to deal a lot less damage with secondaries. But you do have to keep in mind that you don't start as many fires due to, you have IFHE, which cuts your fire chance in half. So, in the 5th slot, I use ship consumable modification 1, because this makes all the consumables longer, so we're talking the hydro and the heal. By the way, this puts our hydro at 160 seconds almost on a battleship, but it also makes the heal last longer, so you get more out of the heals, which is great, because concealment doesn't matter because you end up at close ranges, as you saw. In the 4th slot, I wasn't really sure which to go for. Damage control system modification 2 or propulsion mod, because as you saw, I did slow down and stop a fair decent amount of times, and accelerating is useful. But on the other hand, I don't have any defensive measures against fires from the upgrades or commander skills, therefore I wasn't really sure. But I figured I would go for damage control system modification 2, because I do get set on fire a fair few times. Then secondary battery modification 2, which also improves your secondary firing range and reduces the dispersion. In the second slot, I use hydroacoustic search modification 1 because of the increased time, but if you don't have that, I would use damage control system modification 1. Because fewer fires is always good, and in the first slot obviously we go for secondary survivability. Sure, this means that our torpedoes are even more vulnerable and all that, but secondary survivability in this mode, in my opinion, is much more important. And that's it. Actually, I suppose we might go over the flags too, but they're nothing special. So obviously, you know, you go for the secondary flag, which is the most important one, then the detonation flag, then the anti-fire flag, then a better heal flag, then a speed flag, and then a reload time for ship consumables reduction, and then the 2 fire flags, and that's already 8 points. By the way, don't pay attention to this. I'm not actually recording this on my main account that I played it on, but it's close enough. So yeah, this mode is amazing. I absolutely love it, and I'm kinda sad that I have ranked out on my main account and can't play it anymore. It was incredibly fun. One of the most fun experiences I've had playing this game. Next time we'll have a video where I play some cruisers even in this mode, and Pommern obviously as well. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.